All right, so today we are going to talk about the SmallRig RF 10C. This is a portable focusable LED video light, but specifically it's in the form of a flashlight, which I think is really interesting. So we're just going to open this up here real quick and take this guy out. He's in here pretty snugly. Now you can get this on Amazon. You just look up the SmallRig flashlight and it'll pop up. This is the 10 watt max version. So it comes with a bunch of little accessories, comes with its own USB cable. I actually don't use this USB cable just because I have more powerful USB cables. But I mean, for what it is, it's pretty decent. All right, let's put these pieces back in the box because we don't need those right now. All right, so what this is it is a focusable flashlight, right? And it is a video light made by SmallRig for the purposes of, lighting video and photography. But specifically, it's got the end of the flashlight here, has a little lens in it, and then you can actually focus the diameter and range of the flashlight itself. So let's go ahead and turn it on real quick. There we go. All right. So the cool thing about this is it has a dimmer toggle. So you can actually dim the level of the brightness on the light, which I think is pretty cool. So we're going to bring it all the way back up to the top. But then it comes with 4 different color modes. So this is the sunlight mode. This is blue. This is your daylight mode, and then a red mode. I usually use the sunlight mode personally. But as you can see with the focus, it changes the area of, focus. And so it has this really nice kind of ability to create really cool scenes with video lights. But I think the coolest part about this is the silicone light modifier that comes with it. So this pops out and turns into a full hood. And then on this hood, each and every single one of the, it comes with all these different little designs and modifiers that you can use to change the image that the light produces. So it's got all these different patterns and textures in ways that you can change and modify the light, which I think is pretty cool. And we're going to choose my favorite, which is the Saturn planet, I guess. But anyway, let me grab my my mini tripod and then we'll show you how this works. So there are 3 areas on the light where you can attach it to a light stand or any 3/4 threaded spigot that you would use for photography. So there's one on the right side of the button, there's one on the left side of the button, and there's one on the back. For our purposes, we're just going to put it into the one on the left. It doesn't really matter. So we'll just screw that in here and then we'll adjust this, right? Make sure it's pretty tight in there. Okay. And then we just change the way that the light affects how the pattern that it shoots onto your wall or your backdrop or wherever. Just creates these different patterns, which I think is pretty cool. And you would just pop this guy on right here and it just sits on the end. It's got a little barrier in the inside so it doesn't go all the way through. And then you just put, your design into the little slots that are inside the silicone head, and it creates these different designs. So here we have the planet, which I think is the coolest one. And then we have a checkerboard. So you can create those, but they give you a ton of different styles and designs. One of the ones that I think is probably the coolest is the windows. So often on Instagram, you'll see people, you know, with a window light against the backdrop, and then the model will stand in front of it and they'll take photos. This is how they do that. You could also use like a projector that you would put on the end of a monolight, but this is a significantly less expensive way to do that same effect. And I mean, I think it's pretty cool. You get all these extra designs that you normally wouldn't get with using a projector and a monolight. So that's pretty cool. This is one that I will end up using a lot because I do like to create those light beams that I can then adjust and rotate across my model however I want to. And of course you can, you know, rotate this to change the direction of the pattern itself. But then here's another window, right? So it gives you all of these different little modifiers that allow you to create different cinematic scenes with your light for video and photography. And this guy is only $45. I literally could not believe how inexpensive this was compared to a $300 projector head for a monolight, plus you have to buy the monolight itself. So anyway, yeah, again, this is the SmallRig RF10C. It is the 10 watt max version, the 10W max version. So you can go on Amazon or onto SmallRig's website and just look up the RF10C and you'll find it. And I highly recommend you guys go pick one up today. So anyway, cheers.